Another question we get from our users is, how do you legally get separated in the state of Wisconsin?
Sure. In the state of Wisconsin, you can effectuate all of the same remedies, meaning you can get a custody and placement order, you can get asset and debt division, you can even get maintenance or spousal support ordered through the court system in either a divorce or a legal separation.
It's got some similarities, but what's that process look like and how does it differ from a divorce?
The two processes are absolutely identical from an administrative and procedural standpoint, meaning the same paperwork is required, the same process is followed, the same timelines are required in terms of the 120-day wait period. However, the difference, and the only difference, the main difference between a divorce and a legal separation is that in divorce, when that judgment is entered, the two of you have legally dissolved your marriage. In a legal separation, even though all of the other remedies are available and effectuated, the two of you remain legally married. In a legal separation, at any time during the pendency of the action, either party can petition the court to change it to a divorce. And it does not require that the 120-day wait period start over. You seamlessly continue the same process, and in the end, if anyone gets up on that stand at the final hearing and says my marriage is irretrievably broken, a judgment of divorce would be entered instead of a judgment of legal separation. After a judgment of legal separation would be entered, the parties in the first year can stipulate to that being converted to a divorce judgment. If both parties sign a document and submit it to the court in that first year, you can convert it from a legal separation to a divorce action. However, if the parties do not stipulate to that change, you must wait 1 year, and after that 1 year mark, either party can individually petition the court asking that it be converted to a divorce judgment, and the courts will do so without further hearing or issue.
Does a legal separation actually protect you financially from the spouse that you may now be legally separated from?
Certainly, and absolutely the answer is yes. I often have people coming to me requesting a legal separation for that exact purpose. For instance, one spouse has a gambling addiction and has racked up a credit card, and now the other spouse has discovered that they want to pay that card off so that we don't have this continuing obligation, but they want to protect themselves going forward from what obviously has been identified as an ongoing issue. And so in order to do that, we can actually have a full judgment entered that outlines assets, liabilities, and severs those legal ties from a creditor's standpoint. And so that's important. There are protections that are available through the court system, and you as a family unit may still continue to remain intact, live as husband and wife for all other intents and purposes, but from a legal standpoint, you have created that barrier of protection, because otherwise, especially in the state of Wisconsin where it's a marital property state, any debt incurred by either party in a marriage is presumed to be jointly held.
What are some of the scenarios that we come across where a legal separation is the appropriate remedy for the circumstances in that marriage where a divorce might not be the path to take?
Sure. Oftentimes I have people come in requesting a legal separation for religious reasons. That's typically the scenario that I'm seeing when people come in and they're looking at legal separation versus divorce. It's typically for religious reasons. There are many cultures and religious overlay that indicate that the church will not honor a divorce, and in the eyes of God, you are always married. And so when people want to honor that but still get the relief that they can from the family court system, they'll choose the path of legal separation versus divorce. There are other legal reasons why people might choose to be legally separated rather than divorce, and those include not only tax implications, because there may be reasons why it's beneficial to continue to file a joint tax return, which if you've entered a divorce judgment, you would be unable to do. Another basis that individuals choose to use in filing a legal separation versus a divorce is health insurance. Oftentimes, one party does not have available reasonable costs of health insurance. Either they're not working full-time or their employer doesn't provide it. And that's an ongoing concern that people have prior to the age of retirement, where they may be eligible for some other reduced cost health insurance. And so a legal separation would allow the two of you to continue to be legally married, and most insurance companies will still honor that spouse being listed in the employed party's health insurance and medical coverage. However, I have run into a number of life insurance carriers denying that request. So that's something that you should make sure you look at prior to the entry of the judgment to ensure that your particular insurance company will honor a legal separation. In the days of Obamacare and insurance companies being required to provide more coverages than they have previously, they're getting hip to that type of situation, and not as many are allowing for that to remain as historically was the case.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Your interaction with our content is greatly appreciated. Visit sterlinglawyers.com to learn more about our firm and meet our attorneys.